success is only inspiring. Is failure in itself that you learn. Knowing 2 plus 2 equals 4 for is not enough. There
That's
are
enough.
other things that are very important. Before you are doing 10, you now want to do 100. Is a major stretch.
Stretch.
You will need forces beyond the forces you're used to. I think that when businesses fail, people need to make conscious decisions to invite the founders to also learn why those
Why
businesses
it happened.
fail. We should not be killing businesses. So in Africa, we kill businesses. But we need to think about continuity, because that business has probably has once employed hundreds of people and they were doing good numbers.
Did you always know that you would be an entrepreneur, or did you stumble into business?
Well, I just wanted to get myself busy at
Okay.
first. It was doing something because after my O level, I didn't gain admission on time.
Okay.
So I failed my first WAEC and all that. Between that time, I needed to, get myself busy.
Busy.
At least not just sleeping and waking up while waiting to write the next exam, or maybe and studying is not enough. I mean, it's not enough to consume my time. So I needed to put that time into productive use. And one of the things that also propelled me into, doing something is, I guess I figured out, if my mates had already gained admission, how can I, match up with
Bridge that gap.
yeah, bridge that gap. I just got involved in something, and the first venture I started was a coaching center.
Okay,
You
I
can
was going to
imagine.
ask that.
I didn't pass my WAEC, and
You
I
started
started
a
a coaching
coaching
center for
center.
people that would, that want to pass their interesting. And I was very young. I was able to convince a school principal to give us the school to use. But I mean, these are the learning. I mean,
Cause
we're still learning anyway.
yes.
So, but these are the things that. But I guess I just enjoy, because also you must early in life discover who you are. So I guess I started since 2005. I was already reading personality books. Why you think, and I mean why you act and think
The
the way
way
you
you
do.
do.
I was already doing personality tests to understand configuration, talent and all that. This is your type. These are the kind of career options that you have. These are the kind of, this is where your strength is. Just to understand what drives you. Just understand, I mean, your your abilities, and
Your
I guess
strengths.
that helps a
Yes.
lot, a lot, a
Okay.
lot, a
I
lot.
believe so. So someone is asking, she's saying, how do you identify new business opportunities and assess their potential?
I think we already have,
We've
we already
kind of
mentioned
touched
that,
on it.
yes, because
Yes.
identifying business opportunity is data, is
Yes. Yes.
understand data first.
Yes. And
What
then let that guide you.
And every day we see opportunities, but you just need to tune your mind towards seeing opportunities. I mean, whatever any problem you complain about is a pointer to a major opportunity. People have started business just by complaining about a certain problem because nobody is solving it, and they just
They start off
and just
something.
start something in that area and all of that. So it's I mean, whatever you complain about the most first is first your major business.
Like there's
Yes,
opportunity
yes,
there.
there's opportunity there.
Okay. All right. Then someone is talking about leadership and team building. She says that she just started her business and she wants to hire. So she's saying, what qualities do you look for in people you hire, and how do you build strong teams?
Well, that's a very big question actually. But what I tell people is that first, if you don't have money to hire experts to help you sort out your hiring process, because not every business will be able to afford to hire HR consultants and all that too. I guess you need to, I mean, you know what you want, so you need to get involved in those interviews and all of that, and ask them questions that you think are relevant to the business venture you want to create. It might not really be, if you want to hire a mathematician, it doesn't mean that the person, because knowing 2 plus 2 equals 4 for him is not enough.
It's
There
not
are
enough.
other things that are very important. So, but you can't really figure it out. You have to try people. So you have to try and don't be afraid to fire. I mean, it's just until you find the right person, because that's one thing that entre- a lot of entrepreneurs don't have the guts to do.
To do.
So you hire somebody, they're not giving value and all of that, and you're still, because you want to be nice, they're not going to be nice to you because you have to pay the bills at the end of the month.
True.
So you have to demand from them the kind of results you need, and let everything be clear at, at the initial point of hiring. This is what I need you to do. These are the results that I expect. And let everything, these are the results that I expect. If you don't deliver this result, then you know that
Then
you're
you
out.
look,
So,
yes.
and don't be afraid to try. And I mean, just that, I mean, with, I mean, with what I've learned, when you want to let them go, I mean, just explain that this is the reason
This is
why.
the reason.
Not because you're not a nice person, not because you're not, but this is what I need for you to deliver, but and you're not delivering on it. And this is why we have to. But there's also the place of, some people may have potential, and you still have to train them and bring out that ability in them. And different businesses in different stage. The more your business grow, the more you don't have the tolerance to train people. And but if you're still a startup, you can people can grow with the
Yes.
business. But as people are growing with business, they still also need to grow, because business is in different stages. There's that startup phase, there's that growth stage, there's a scale, then there's stability, and something will test all
Each
these
phase.
all these phases, and there is the sustainability. How can this business outlive
Are there years
the
attached to
founder?
all
And
of
all?
these phases?
It depends on the ambition of the entrepreneur,
Okay.
because some stop at that growth stage. They are afraid to scale, because if you want to scale, that is quantum. That's quantum leap. So you need more than the capacity you have when you were starting. You want to expand the business. Now, before you are doing 10, you now want to do 100. Is a major
Of course,
stretch.
it's
You
stretch.
will need forces beyond the forces you're used to. So that's that part where businesses now depends on bank support,
Okay.
investor support,
Yes.
and all of that. So it can really be very tasking and all that, and it requires a lot of paperwork and all. I mean, you must have. I mean, that's the stage where you're building structure, because startup to growth is just testing your business idea. And can it really make money and all? But if you now want to scale, you've tested the business ideas, you have numbers, you are now credibility enabled entrepreneur. That means you are bankable. So bank can say, okay, you have done these numbers. Investor can see your numbers and say, yeah, okay, okay.
Yeah.
We want to be a part of this
Work
business
with this
because of the numbers
business
you're doing. I mean, if you can do 10, then that means that you have the capacity to do 100.
capacity. True.
Then let's be part of this business. And that phase, you're setting up a lot of structure. Your count, your board structure, you're doing all of that. When you now scale, after scale, what you've done between growth and scale will be tested. That is the stability stage. Your two hands must be on the wheel, because that means that you before you walk at maybe something miles per hour or something kilometer per hour, and you fired on the accelerator, you're speeding, and something is going to test if you can control that speed.
That speed.
So something wrong on your way and all that. So you will need to, you know, and that's the phase where businesses get tested. So you get to that part, is that you keep
You see,
growing
or
or you
you.
nosedive, because at that point it's a choice. So
I
you
see.
can actually nosedive. So businesses grow, and they raise money and all of that. They do big stuff, and that's success level where people know about what you're doing.
Yes.
People like, and trust me, everybody wants to associate with success.
Successful, of course.
When the business is going through tough times, then everybody start carrying their bags, and everybody, even people that you think, everybody shares success stories.
True.
Nobody shares the back
What
end.
day? Yeah.
Even when people invite speakers to church, everybody talk about their success. No, no, I mean, see, I think that when businesses fail, people need to make conscious decision to invite the founders to also learn why those
Why
businesses
it
fail,
happened? True.
because there's a big lesson in that alone. that others can learn from.
Yes.
There's no success is only inspiring. Is failure in itself that you learn. Anybody can say, "Oh, I built my business, I did this, oh, my business is hallelujah, yeah." But really, you can be inspired to start your own. But the real lesson itself is what happens when how they fail,
Yes.
what
The
they
tough
think
times, the
that they could have done
struggles.
better and all of that.
True.
That's the thing that people should be learning. All right, but people want to invite you because you're successful to their stage and all. You share success story, but that's where people miss it.
True.
We need to learn from. So, okay, somebody has done business, it's gone bad and all that. Not every business entrepreneur has a bad intent. They started with good intent. Something must have gone
True.
wrong and
Something
all
went
that.
wrong.
But in Nigeria, we don't have a system where businesses can go bankrupt multiple times and all of that, and then still bounce back. Once you fail,
Yes.
and and everybody start throwing
It's
stones, and you
unfortunate.
just and they just forget you, not knowing that there is deep lesson in those
In
things and
this.
all that. And some of these businesses, government need to step in. For the fact that the founder has made a bad decision or the CEO has made a bad decision doesn't mean that the business model is wrong. There could have been some
Absolutely.
mismanagement somewhere. There could have been
Yes.
something somewhere. That's where we should not be killing businesses. So in Africa, we kill businesses. But we need to think about continuity, because that business has once employed hundreds of people and they were doing good numbers. So we shouldn't kill businesses. We should find a way to allow the business to run. Yeah, we can deal with the leadership of the business, but we should allow the business model to run. And there are many business examples. There are many, from ITV to, fantastic business ideas. But we'll kill those businesses instead of us to deal with the leadership and let the business run and then do, because that's how we can grow our economy and build sustainable businesses without people being afraid of. So those are the fundamental
Yes.
fundamental things anyway. But yeah.